So after you've created your invoices, you have to send them out to your customer. Now you could do this in email or you can print them. Um, Let me just show you a couple of different things that you can do as far as printing out your invoices. So if you go to the print icon down here, if you wanted to print them out, let's say one at a time, you could tick your customer here, however many customers, and then click the print invoices, and it'll load up the invoices to print, and it'll print them out one on each uh, piece of paper, 8.5 by 11 sheets. And it will include the QR code if they wanted to scan the QR code and pay their invoice, they could do that. They get to see, the description and what it was. Then the next thing you could do is if you go to these printing options, let's say you just wanted to print out all unpaid invoices. If you click that, it'll load up. Now this loads 50 at a time, and you could click print these pages, and it'll print out all of your unpaid invoices. Um, there's a few different options up here. If you wanted to print, single invoices at a time, so that you're just printing this invoice, even though this person, Maximus McCullough, has two invoices. If you just wanted to print one of his invoice, you could just select the invoice you want to print, and it'll only print the one. So that's the difference between the last one I showed you and this one. The last one will print out all of their invoices if they're ticked. This one will just print out one invoice at a time. Now, there's another thing that you can do. If you want to search by due date and you're like, okay, oh, I wonder who's due this month during the month of April. And so we'll just click search and we see that nobody's due in April. Let's see who's due in May. So, which would be next month. So let's go ahead and select that. So we should have a couple invoices there. And there's an invoice that's due next month. Now, a lot of times you're going to want to search for, past due invoices. You could use that. Here, if you want to search invoices on the day they were created, this would be the search for you. Um, Basically, what you can do is start with your creation date and your end date, and then you could start if you want to start your user, each user is assigned a number, 1 through 50,000 or however many customers that you have in there. So if you want to start at one user and end at another user, you can do that. And here you can search your invoice types, the custom invoices, monthly, automatic, or your ads invoices. You could order the results by due date, user, amount paid, and then ascending or descending order. And then you can limit your maximum results. And then you'll get your search data over here. Okay? So that's for your creation date. If you wanted to see who was not generated an invoice this month, you just click not generated. And here you can see that we have a lot of invoices that we didn't generate for the month. And you can have a link here to either create them a custom invoice or start them an automatic invoice. So that just lets you know that these people were not generated invoices for the current month. Okay, so let's go back. Here, if maybe you want to to give a shut off notice and possibly, but let's go for the month of April to the end of May to see if we could get a result here. Start at user 1 to 10,000 and search for monthly invoices. We'll order by the due date, ascending order, and then we'll just click search. And so here we have some people that possibly they're past due and everything. And if you want to print them a shut-off notice, you just tick the ones that you want to print the shut-off notice for, click print shut-off notices, and it'll generate shut-off notices that you can mail to their address, okay, with an envelope. The next kind of invoice is a friendly reminder. It works a lot like the shut-off, but here you would just print out a friendly reminder to those, and let me show you what that looks like. and this is just a friendly reminder. We notice that your account is past due, blah, blah, blah. And then you can print that and mail that to the customer. Okay. And as a side note, if you have those envelopes with the window in them, you don't even have to print out their address on the envelope. You just stick this in the envelope, and that will show up in the little window, and you'll be good to go. All right, so let's look and let's see what else we have here. Um, Here's the user credits invoice. So basically, what this is the system. Like if people prepay, like for example, let's say that I wanted to pay my trash bill a year at a time. Well, this will take care of that. I would just log into my account, and I would fund my account, with the whatever it is. Let's say I wanted to pay $360 for the year. What it will do is automatically figure my charge with the 30 cents per transaction plus 2.9% of the amount. And this gets calculated for you. So you pass the charges for the credit card company right on to the customer. Okay. So if a person has a credit, what will happen is you could run bulk credits, and then that'll deduct the invoices. And let me kind of show you what that does. I'm gonna go right here. I'll type in my name and come right here, and I'll just give myself some credits. I'll give myself $100 in credits. Pretend like I paid $100 in credits. All right. So now this is going to show you the customers that have credits, okay, and they owe something on the bill. So here's an amount for I owe $20. Here's for a 125. Now, if I wanted to do it one at a time, I could click these and run the payment, or I could run them all at the same time. Let me show you how this one works. That automatically deducted the credits from the user's account, and now his credits goes from 100 to 80. Okay, just like that. Now he doesn't have enough to pay for this one. Um, he only has 80 credits, and the bill is 120. So that wouldn't work if I click that. So as you'll notice, it disappears on here because the user has no credits now. And those credits were applied to his invoice. And you could see it because it was me. If you come down here and I click on this bottom invoice, you could see that $80 was applied to that $120 invoice, but now I'm simply out of credits. So I am not going to appear in the user credits. I can't deduct anything from the credits because they don't have any. All right, simple as that. Now, the next thing you can do, you could download all your invoices. Like if you like to keep a database spreadsheet, you can do that and download them all. And that's pretty much it. You can actually go to the person, like if you use the search feature, we'll just use me for example. And if you go to the person's profile, you can actually print all of these invoices just like this. And here you could see, this is the one invoice for $125 for the dumpsters. And then this one is the $120, but $80 was paid, so the balance due. And you could print this out and send it to your customer as well. So it's very interactive. If your customer sends in checks, that's fine too. You'll be able to mark those invoices paid. However, we're going to talk more about marking invoices paid in the next video, and then we'll go over more or less this personnel management with all these buttons too. But yeah, that's pretty much it about your invoices and printing them and everything like that. It's pretty easy to do. You can do them all at once. You could do some at a time. You could do a time period. So we just tried to make this to be as user friendly as possible.